What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It's episode number 78 and it's the penultimate episode of Season 8 and our first year with Roma, where today we'll have the Coppa Italia final against AC Milan as we continue to chase our treble into the Conference League final against Nottingham Forest. That will be in the next one, and of course our final 3 Serie A games today against rock bottom Genoa away and Inter Milan at home, and in our final game a trip to Monza. Heading into the first game of the final 3 in the league. Right now we are 5 behind our main rivals Lazio, who've got destiny in their own hands to win the Scudetto, but if we win 3 straight and they slip up once, then we will be champions. So first of the final 3 is bottom place Genoa away. Shambolic run from Roma, but this should be a banker. Forza run. And actually I was wrong. Lazio need to slip up twice in their remaining 3 games in order for us to win the Scudetto. We'll need to win 3 straight. So yeah, it's not over, but it's almost over. It feels like it's over. Let's just say that, as Epolo makes a simple save there. Our form's just been too bad, and that Venezia defeat at home was the icing on the cake of what has been a shambolic run of form for AS Roma. So we'll push till the end. But I don't think it's going to count for much. Kamada opens the scoring note, and if nothing else, I do want to go into that Wednesday night Coppa Italia fixture against Milan on a good run of form. 1 win in 4 is anything but. And this might be the most regen-heavy team I've come across so far in this save, because there's 7... Oh, what a finish that is. 7 players in that starting 11, including this guy, who are not real. So, yeah, I mentioned before, there's a point in a career mode where the balance shifts between regen and real players. We've definitely gone past that mark now. Genoa with the leveller and roll through, and Kamada with the instant response. 3 quick goals in 5 minutes, and our number 9 gets another. Roma restore the lead instantly. Delali through the gap, finds Basili, nice turn across to Bobby, quick offload to Topper. There's Freddie Farber. Kamada's on for a first half hat-trick. He should get it. He does get it. What a finish. A hat-trick in 23 minutes. That might be the quickest hat-trick I've scored in FC 26. It must be. I think Brian Brobby got one in 1 half with Sunderland, but not in 23 minutes. Lightning quick finishing from Kamada. Farbre with the through ball, and the finish by our number 9 from 18 yards is exquisite. Wonderful finish, wonderful start, and Roma will be getting a win to keep them in the top 4. 4 to go, almost there. You know what? Look for a late rally, and they've got another one. My goodness, and whilst you could say it's another good finish, really, it's just poor defending from AS Roma. It's been the story of the season, man. And again, and I'll say it, this is the reason we won't win the Scudetto. You cannot win Serie A titles defending like this. It's a league where your defence needs to be rock solid. Ours is anything but. It is 3-2. I just can't defend. Don't get me wrong, we wanted more goals per game after what happened with Leon. But this is ridiculous, and Genoa might even get themselves a point here. One last chance. Got to be composed. Got to be composed. Shot comes in over the bar, and Roma will hold on. My word, this has definitely been the worst defensive team I've had in a long time, and certainly throughout my entire time playing FC 26. But Kamada's hat-trick gives us the win. It's 3 points for Roma, and our slim Scudetto chances survive, at least for now. That Kamada hat-trick though, 11 minutes was all it took for him to score 3 goals. Now it wasn't quite Lewandowski's. Oh no, wait, no, full time. Sorry, I almost got caught out again. Caught out again there. Lazio on a late kickoff, and did they win and keep the gap at 5, or have we cut it? No, the gap remains at 5, so it's basically over. We're surely going to make the top 4 now. All we need is 1 win to mathematically confirm it, but yeah, winning the Scudetto now is probably beyond our reach. We lost too many games. Simple as that. Lost too many games. 8 games have ended in defeat this season. That is far too many if you want to win a league title. Right, following game, jumping into it, is indeed the Coppa Italia final. It is AC Milan. They've had a really, really poor season this year domestically. So I would say, despite our very poor form in recent weeks, we are certainly favourites to win this against a side right now who probably won't even make a European place. It is AC Milan at the Stadio Olimpico, technically as the home team, and feeling that way playing in our home stadium as well, as we go for our first of what could be 2 trophies this season, because we certainly won't win a treble now. AC Milan in the Coppa Italia final. Thought so. A very good AC Milan team, don't get me wrong, not exactly sure why they've struggled so much this season. Based on our domestic run, they'll definitely be fancying their chance of pulling off the upset. Oh my goodness gracious me, and if they play like that for 90 minutes, they will. Literally right from kickoff, AC Milan in front. And what did I say a moment ago? There's a point in his save where it gets a bit regen heavy. Well, this guy has got the opener. Considering how poor we've been defensively recently, that can't come as too much of a surprise. As Conrad Harder does brilliantly well there, and Milan look for a quick-fire second. Christopher Nkunku, the former Leipzig and Chelsea man, dispossessed by Karuma. And there's Alfonsi. Wonderful dribbling from Alfonsi. And youth player heavy, says Doxy Boy. That's what youth players can do. Scored the first 2 in Rome. 10 minutes in, what a start. Milan's opener cancelled out. Alfonsi with a beautiful bit of dribbling and finish. Was it through? Karuma wins it. That's a great ball too to find Kamada. And a hat-trick here against Genoa finds Tokpa across to Freddie. Wonderfully done. Brilliant ball. Alfonsi finds himself all alone with all the time in the world to get us in front for the first time. Youth player heavy indeed. Alfonsi's bagged a brace. Roma lead for the first time. Pass out by Gallardi, and he polo bails me out there. My goodness gracious me, that is a lucky escape courtesy of the number 1. Still currently leading by 1. Milan firing a warning sign early there, and another one is hard heads just wide the post. Martin led it a break by a goal. Believe me, this is far from finished. 55 in, still 2-1, but there's going to be a 4th goal tonight. If we get it, I think it'll be the dagger and it'll be game. If Milan get it, based on our poor defensive season, I am sure they will flip this script and win the Coppa Italia. The 4th goal is critical. There's Alfonsi, who got our 2, slides for Ndor, and Ndor almost got it, and Kamada! Come on! I don't know why he picked up the knock, but he's picked up our 3rd goal. Roma get a 2-goal cushion. That should do it. Into the final 6 minutes, and it does appear as though it's going to be Coppa Italia number 10 for AS Roma, and their first since 2008. We assume, as we know, we can't track historical data in Korea, so they might have won it during the save. We've got no idea, but it is going to be Roma's now for sure, with just a few minutes to go. And it is going to be my first honour in charge. Oh, Freddie, wonderfully done. First in charge of Roma, and what a way to secure it as well. Frederick, can I get him over here? Can I get him over here? No, he's going to go to the corner flag instead. Frederick Fabre wraps it up, and the captain is the man who puts the icing on the cake. There's no doubt about it, this season we've had some really poor performances, particularly defensively, domestically, but in the cup we've been pretty consistent all the way through. I said we were probably the favourites to win the whole thing when the final 4 was drawn. We have done it, coming from behind with a convincing 4-1 victory. An excellent display from Roma in Rome, and there it is. AS Roma have won the Coppa Italia. 1 down, 2 to go. Not too sure about that. I think any chance winning Scudetto is highly improbable, but possibly 1 down, 1 to go. The Coppa Italia in the bag, and what a brilliant attacking display from Roma's front 3. To be fair to Milan, they actually started the first and second halves off pretty strong, getting the opening goal from kickoff, and then the second half having the first shot on target. But over the course of 90 minutes, we were the better team. You know, they might have had mini spells, but we deserved the Coppa Italia. And like I said, when the final 4 was drawn, I said we were probably favourites to win it based on the struggles of Milan and Juve and Inter. And whilst they made us work for it, we do indeed get our hands on it. Coppa Italia number 10 for AS Roma, and my first in charge of the giant Italian side. So again, I'll say it, it's one down, technically two to be claimed, although of course that is incredibly unlikely indeed. But what we'll do is we'll advance through to the Sunday, because I think Lazio play on the Saturday, I believe, which is the penultimate game of the season, and if they win, it means that there's no way of us being champions regardless with what will be a game to go. So let's find out. Well, it's still 5 points. Did they play? No, they didn't. So I was wrong. Actually, everyone plays on the Sunday. Never mind. So let's jump into it then. Penultimate game of the season. It is Inter Milan at home, where only a win will give us any possible chance of pulling off the most miraculous Scudetto ever. And if nothing else, it'll at least guarantee Champions League football for next season, which was our top priority regardless. For context, Lazio take on Lecce, and that should be a banker. So I'm pretty sure after this game here, it will be a Scudetto for our rivals, but Champions League football for Roma, which was our main aim anyway. Penultimate game of the season, Inter at home, Forza Roma. And because the tiebreaker in the Serie A is head-to-head record before goal difference, and Lazio haven't lost to us in the Serie A this season, they drew with us in what was our home game and then beat us in what was our away game. It means that all they need is 1 point from 2 games to wrap up the Scudetto. So, yeah, I mean, I am trying to be more positive nowadays. I have tried to work on that side of my personality to be a bit more of an optimist, but come on, that's just silly to think that we have any chance of winning the Scudetto here. It would require the biggest bottle of all time from Lazio for us to be champions. DiMaggio finds his man. Shot comes in by Barreda. Excellent save by Ipolo. And don't forget, we still need to win back-to-back as well. So, yeah, any chance of winning the Scudetto is basically non-existent. It's been a very laboured performance from AS Roma. But to be fair, when you consider just how many games we have played this season, it can't come as much a surprise. Going all the way to the Conference League final and the Coppa Italia final. And of course all the 38 league games as well. Oh, what a finish that is. I'm not too stunned by the fact we're ending the season. I think just mentally fatigued, really. That's the best way to put it. And as Inter take the lead with 30 minutes to go, well, as we know, any chance of winning the Scudetto is basically gone. But don't forget, we may still need a win to guarantee Champions League football. I do not want to go into the final day, possibly needing a win for that. Inter going for a second goal here. We've done nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. Just tired. Really fatigued, and our league form kind of sums that up, really. It's the guy that got the goal. DiMaggio finds Barrera, a nice ball inside. Game over. Inter win. Lazio, congrats on the Scudetto, because it certainly won't be one for us. It was highly improbable. We'd have zero chance, anything other than zero chance anyway, but it is now officially zero chance. Inter will get the win. And yeah, this league season, I just want it over, man. We have absolutely tanked at the end of the campaign. To be fair to Lazio, like once they took pole position off us, they've never really looked like giving it up, whereas we have rarely looked like challenging them to get it back as well. We've only won, I think, 2 times since that defeat to Lazio, and this is going to be a woeful 3-0 loss, because it is wrapped up now with 3 to play. The Stadio Olimpico will empty, because there is zero chance now of even getting a consolation, let alone a point, let alone a win. Boos around the ground as Roma's shambolic league form continues all the way to the end, and it might mean on matchday 38 we'll need to beat Monza away to guarantee CL football. Yeah, we've won the cup, but in between that has been diabolical form in the league. Imagine somehow, some way, Lazio lost what would have been technically a home game to Lecce. I wouldn't forgive myself. Would not forgive myself, man. But no, they won the game 3-1, so wouldn't have mattered anyway. But yeah, I think it means that we have to win the final game to guarantee CL football. It does indeed. So on matchday 38, look at this here. Lazio have dominated to win that Scudetto, but look at how tight this is. Even Napoli in 7th, I believe, could leapfrog us on the final day. None of the teams play each other, but whilst the point might be enough, 3 is probably what we'll need. So final game of the season, we'll end on this and talk about the pressure going into this on a shambolic run of form. It is Monza away from home. We've lost almost a quarter of our games in the league this season, and if we lose this to a side already relegated away, we'll probably miss out on next year's Champions League. High pressure indeed in the final game of the season. Monza away, where we probably need a win to guarantee top 4. Forza Roma. It's amazing how it was a wide open race for the title, and now it's become a wide open race for Champions League football. To be fair to Lazio as well, like once they did take the lead off us, they never really looked like surrendering it. Oh my goodness gracious me. Whilst we did surrender pole position, we might end up surrendering Champions League football as well. I mentioned before, I think the save now has got a bit too regen heavy, and it is a regen, it's got the opening goal. Monza already relegated, and a goal up from kickoff. If we lose this, we will miss out on CL football. Fabre wins it back and says, this is not acceptable, man. This start is poor from AS Roma. So let's find that level up. Wonderful build-up, brilliant response. Command right from kickoff. Excellent build-up that. Wonderful passing play. Great finish 1-1. Still currently tied at 1-1. Made a big decision for the game. And it's the second time I've done it this season. And it's the second time it's going to come across me. Why have I dropped Fabre down to RCM? Oh, that's why. Liberali in for... Come on. Endure means that I drop Fabre down for a more attacking-based lineup. And Liberali gets the assist for Tokpa's goal. Roma in front for the first time today. Big gamble which failed to pay off in the derby, but it may well pay off on matchday 38. Yeah, I've done this a few times really. Drop Fabre down to RCM where he can play as a DLP, and I see him there making a run into the box to be fair. As Alfonsi, oh, he's onside Liberali. And it gives me an extra attacking player on the pitch, and whilst we might have gone a goal down early, just like in the Cup, AS Roma have responded. Liberali puts us up by 2, big decision, and it pays off in the final game of the season. I know this game is basically over, and the season is basically over, but not without a shocker from Polo with minutes to go. If that doesn't sum up the whole season, I don't know what does. To be fair, our number 1 has blown a bit hot and cold this season, but goodness gracious me, comes to the ball, gets nowhere near it. And yeah, this is probably the... Did he even get a touch on the ball, Webster? I think he might have done, but this is really summed up the season from AS Roma. It is weak defending, it is shambolic mistakes in the back line, but it is stumbling over the line just based on how good our offense has been. Our attack has quite literally dragged us to the Champions League, and there is no doubt about it for next season, going into Europe's premier competition, if we defend like we have done throughout stretches of this season, then there is no chance we'll even get into the playoffs during the league phase. Woeful defending from AS Roma, but it is wrapped up as we hold on to the 5-goal victory. It's not a Scudetto, but it is Champions League football, and if nothing else, that was our main aim regardless. Roma have quite literally stumbled over the line for a top 4 finish. And so the final thing we'll do to end the episode off is take one last of the league table. Lazio, Scudetto winners for the 3rd time in club history. And like I said, to be fair to them, once they took pole position from us, they never looked back. Only losing 3 times all season long. Top scorers, best defensive team, and best team in the country. No, second best scorers actually, but best team in the country, winning it by 8 points against their cross-city rivals, Roma, who finished in 2nd place. But like I said, this season our problem was simple. Defensively, worst defensive team I think in the whole of the top 10. That is nowhere near good enough to win the Scudetto, and losing nearly a quarter of our league games. That is why we don't win the Scudetto, but do get into the Champions League, which was our main aim this season regardless. And in the end, the bottom 3 this season were indeed Palermo, Monza and Genoa. And as for the individual awards this season, I'd say this is probably justified. Moise Kean was the player of the season in the Serie A, as he was also the Golden Boot winner. He pretty much single-handedly dragged Juventus into the Champions League after such a tough start to the season. Alfonsi was top 5 in scoring for us though, with 20 in 38, so not too far behind. And of course, Freddie Fabre did set a record for most assists in a Serie A season with 24. And as for the Golden Glove, Polo won it despite our defensive struggle. So he and Fabre both in the team of the season. I feel like Alfonsi should have been in it really, but we also had Tokpa and Udogi as well, which was a pretty of a surprise. Not sure how Udogi made it, but I'm not complaining. But that will do it for today's episode of Career, guys. Big thank you for watching the penultimate episode of Season 8.
Guys,
if you've enjoyed it, please drop a like, and I'll see you for the next one, the final episode of the season, as we'll take on Forest in the Conference League final, going for my 2nd in managerial history and Roma's 2nd ever European honour. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the season finale very soon.